Texas, our Texas, a magical place, a place of land and legend, a place like no other. People come here to touch it, to feel the passion, to soak it in and be a part of it. Texas, our Texas.
Let's ride. Yeah!
Well, howdy neighbors. I'm Texas Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller, and welcome to Texas, our Texas. Now this week, we're going to take a look at several things. They're all pure Texas. We're going to talk about whiskey, coffee, and cowboy hats. Plus, look at how one of our TDA Field Representatives spends his day. First, making whiskey has been a part of Texas since the first settlers fermented that first batch of sour mash moonshine. Well, today distilleries have popped up all over the state, and there's one in Granbury, Texas. It's making Lone Star spirits with a secret recipe. Hey, many said it wouldn't work. Out on the Biloxi Highway in Toller, Texas, sits a place that embodies the heart and soul of true Texan craftsmanship and hospitality. It's called Sledge Distillery, where family stories are barrel-aged alongside spirits and where visitors are welcome like longtime friends. That's Mark Sledge, and the story of Sledge Distillery begins with a World War II moonshine recipe concocted by Mark's father, Dub Sledge. During his service in the South Pacific, Dub made moonshine for his buddies, and he used food scraps or whatever he could find on the islands. After the war, he hid that recipe for 40 years and never made moonshine again. But Mark found the instructions in an old war chest, and Sledge Distillery was born. Co-owner Mark's childhood friend Gary Cooper knew a thing or two about distilling and said the recipe would never work. Today they make about a dozen different spirits based on the same secret recipe. Every batch is hand-crafted in small quantities right on site. It's the kind of process that honors tradition and rewards patience. But Sledge Distillery is more than a place to buy small batch booze. It's a Texas experience. Now, the distillery hosts regular tasting events, live music on Saturday nights, and even mixology classes where guests learn to craft cocktails from the spirits they're sampling. Deanna Berry hosts the parties and events.
Okay, so this building is called our social house. We have These are our tasting stations. So I have tasters that come out on Saturdays, and you can sign up to do a tasting, and you can kind of sit down and do a whole flight. It is a ton of fun. You get to learn the whole story about how Sledge Distillery started, and it's just a very interactive experience.
And Sledge Distillery, well, it's another one of our Go Texan partners. Whether you're a local or just passing through, a visit to Sledge Distillery feels less like a tour and more like joining old friends. So, what do you do with used whiskey barrels? Well, Mark Sledge's son had a great idea, and hey, it makes for a great way to wake up in the morning. We'll be right back, folks. First glance, Whiskey Morning Coffee Company sounds like either a terrible life decision or a very honest one. But fear not, no coffee mugs are being spiked before noon here. Instead, this is the story of innovation and one man named Evan Sledge who looked at a pile of used whiskey barrels and thought, hey, I think I can build a business with these.
So Whiskey Morning Coffee started, it was actually my class project at TCU. We had to start a business, and I spoke up in the group and said I could get whiskey barrels. And we decided, you know, I think coffee and whiskey go together. Let's try aging some coffee beans in those barrels. And that was 2018, and looked up, I guess 7 years later now, and we're still roasting coffee.
And so began the uniquely strange process of aging coffee beans in used whiskey barrels. Barrels that had already lived full, meaningful lives, producing whiskey at his dad's distillery. And we showed you that earlier. And now, the barrels are ready for a second career in caffeine.
So, cool thing is we're on the same property as the distillery, which is huge because the barrels have to be fresh. So, luckily, we know when they're opening barrels. So the same day that they bottle the whiskey or bourbon on the distillery side, us guys go up there, rob those barrels, and the same day we fill them with the green coffee beans.
Today, Evan and his lifelong friends are roasting, grinding, brewing, aging, and shipping their coffee all across the country and around the world.
Yeah, we got all types. The other row is going to be our flavored coffee. So the cinnamon, we've got birthday cake, mint and chip, kind of everything you can imagine. So every year we have 12 new coffees, so a new coffee every single month. To get those 12, it usually takes about testing at least 30 flavors. This is a sneak peek. This is next year's flavors. So we do a little bit of everything. You never know what you're gonna get. For instance, the Sriracha Sunrise, that's gonna be a spicy coffee with red chilies in it.
And what makes Evan's coffee unique is that all flavors are the real deal.
We do non-traditional ways of flavoring coffee. So a lot of people just use chemicals and oils to flavor their coffee. We actually age it in bourbon barrels, or we actually grow coffee beans in barbecue smokers. If our cinnamon coffee says it's cinnamon flavored, It's literally just cinnamon in the coffee, like simple stuff like that. So we have like old pictures you print off, you know, like at Walgreens. But we're print pictures of our lives. And then in your order, we write a handwritten note to every single person in our order. And we put that card in there, and you get a little snapshot into our lives, which is cool.
Evan credits a lot of things for his success, including being a Go Texan partner with the Texas Department of Agriculture.
Go Texan has been awesome. Go Texan opened that door to a lot of small businesses like us so that we can be a part of the Houston Stock Show. So that's how they started, is by opening the door for us to get into shows. But then also just the advice they share to other people about what we're doing here in Toller. And also we were awarded the marketing grant last year. And that really gave us the ability to focus on getting our online sales.
So Whiskey Morning Coffee Company stands proudly at the intersection of craft coffee and family legacy, where a college project became a career.
And as long as we're roasting coffee and supplying people and there's happy customers that are willing to pay for it, and we're still enjoying the time together, I'd say that's the goal. Me and you talk again in 5 years and we're still the same size, but bills are being paid. I think we'll be happy. I'm Evan Sledge, Whiskey Morning Coffee. I'm Go Texan proud.
Texas, our Texas with Sid Miller.
Well, welcome back, folks. The Texas Department of Agriculture has a dozen field representatives all across the state that provide direct face-to-face connection to our agency. So, we thought we'd spend a day with one of those and see how he's always on the move.
I've been with TDA going on 22 years now. I started out in the Dallas regional office. I cover 30 counties now in northeast Texas, Dallas basically, east to Carthage and everything north to the Red River across the Texarkana. All fun, working with people, counties, communities, Go Texan partners, you name it. This is my office. I pretty much have just about anything I would need to better the pickup as far as brochures or handouts or booth and displays. But yeah, a lot of time behind the windshield.
How are you, Daryl?
Good, Scott. Good to see you, buddy.
Our companies and see what their needs are, because they are all different. One's goals may be to only produce product to sell at a farmer's market on the weekend, and that's one maybe one being the biggest retailer in the nation. And there's a place for both, and we've got programs put in place to help them grow to get to those goals that they set for themselves.
Daryl is so accessible. He is either an email, a phone call, or a text message away, and we're so grateful for that relationship. It truly gives us an opportunity to make the most of what Go Texan program offers.
We'll try to get not only the city, maybe the county judge's office, but also local producers in the area, those that are already a part of a program and take advantage of it. And it's cold calls on other companies to create some awareness about what the program is and how it can benefit them. Not only do we do our grants for the city, but we also do grants for producers to marketing their products. Although the mega grant, it's a great program, has been a game changer for a lot of small companies throughout the state.
head out to the East Texas State Fair. This is their new facility. They've been here about 2 years.
The TDA is more than just agriculture. We're up this job because of the diversity of what we get to do each day. Like I say, it's a new day anytime I go out. But the relationships we build to see the success of small companies that have a dream, you know, it's good to educate folks from out of state what our program is. A lot of people want to model their programs after what we do at the Texas Department of Agriculture and with our Go Texan program.
Coming up, what's more Texas than a cowboy hat? An American hat, made right here in Texas. Don't go away. Now, as a rodeo cowboy myself, I can tell you there's nothing more important as a good horse, a good saddle, a good pair of boots, a good woman, and a good cowboy hat. And the ones that are handmade in Bowie, Texas, well, they're world class. In the North Texas town of Bowie, where tradition still matters and craftsmanship is more than a slogan, the American Hat Company carries forward a piece of our nation's identity. One carefully shaped, one hat at a time. What happens inside those walls is not mass production or fleeting fashion. It is the 110-year continuation of an American legacy built on skill, pride, and respect for the cowboy way of life.
Our goal was to just have hands on the hats. And so the goal is to make a quality hat. There's some machines that do things faster, but not better. And so we have a saying here that bigger is not better, better is better.
Susan Maddox owns the place, and General Manager Keith Mundy is in charge. American Hat Company represents a rare balance of family values and uncompromising quality. Keith and his crew ensure that every detail meets the standards that cowboys across the country have come to trust. Together, they have created not just a business, but a symbol of authenticity.
We're really not trying to sell cowboy hats. We're selling the national anthem, the opening prayer, respect for our military, respect for our first responders, and young people. So if you think about, young people, tomorrow's leaders need inspiration today.
Every American hat is handmade by skilled craftsmen using techniques that require patience, experience, and pride. That fact is not a marketing phrase, it is the foundation of the company. Sales manager Stan Redding says you won't find this quality anywhere else.
Handmade might mean someone's set of hands taking it off of this machine and putting it on this machine. I don't necessarily call that handmade, that's more like hand trapped. But at American, because I've seen so many other operations and how they do and how they finish hats, nobody finishes a hat like American. Even on our hand finishing, they use a DeWalt hand sander and literally hand sand it.
Vice President of Operations Cody Bates says there's no amount of mechanization that could replace the artisans here.
We have some of the world's best craftsmen here at American Hat Company that make felts or make our straws. And so each one of them that are on our felt department have been over there for a minimum of 4 years. And it's a true art to make a felt hat.
An American hat truly becomes a part of a cowboy's life. It becomes an heirloom and a reminder of positive times, which, in fact, is the meaning of that famous brand on the back of the hat.
We want to give them something, and what we give them is a positive saying, a positive mindset, a positive thought. And so it's a biblical principle that you have to renew your mind every day. And you got to start every day fresh, and you got to start with a positive mindset. Yeah, so we look at it as if you're really not buying a hat that you're just going to go wear. You're buying an heirloom, a family heirloom, something you can hand down to the next generation. It's very important. We have a saying in one of our catalogs that your hat's with you on the worst of days when the rain wants to run down the back of your jacket or the sun's beating on the back of your neck. Your hat's there to protect you. Then your hat gets to go with you on your best day. The day you meet your grandkid for the first time, the day you walk your daughter down the aisle. But then when your journey on earth is over, your hat will hang on the wall silently in remembrance of you.
Beyond cowboy culture, these hats represent something larger. They are a tribute to America itself, to hard work, independence, craftsmanship, and optimism. And the company is a proud Go Texan partner as well.
It's super important, but again, we're supporting anything Sid Miller. Yeah, so that's the thing for us is if Sid says, hey, it's something we need to be involved with, then we're going to be involved with it. But Go Texan is a huge part of what we do.
In a time when so much is rushed and outsourced, American Hat Company stands for doing things the right way, on American soil, with American labor. Their hats evoke patriotism, not through loud slogans, but through the quiet excellence of quality.
So the hat, to me, is very important. That the great, iconic American cowboy is very important to me. The values, the morals, the hard work, the grit, the determination. Texas is where we're at. And so we want to support all things Texas. Hey, my name's Keith Mundy. I'm the president here at American Hat, and we are Go Texan proud.
You can just feel the difference in a well-made hat. That's all the time we have for this week, folks. I'm your Texas Agriculture Commissioner, Sid Miller, reminding you that agriculture matters. And here's today's cowboy logic. If someone tells you you can't do something, hey, do it twice. Send them the pictures. See you next week.